hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? I hope all is well. I hope all is well in your neighborhood, guys. I'm going to be doing this message, and you're going to hear people talking. You're going to hear noise in the background. I try to filter it out as much as I can. Oh, as much as I can. Excuse me. So, guys, we're going to come in. We're going to talk about. You guys may be concerned. A lot of people may be concerned about this voting situation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what's the hidden message behind everything, behind this, and what this means for the collective. Hopefully, so this has something to do with a manifestation. All right, or something they're trying to manifest, or contract, or when it comes to maybe let's say the Constitution. Um, They also could say if you don't want this, if you want this to change, you need to manifest it. That could be a side note there. But what this contract is trying to do, they're trying to avoid some kind of change. They're trying to avoid something falling, a system that they created either changing or falling by the wayside. And they're trying to do this either by having a group of people come out, or they're trying to do it by putting a group of people in isolation, or it's about them isolating these people. But what Spirit wants you guys to know, this isn't a crossroads for you, it's actually a crossroads for them. They're stuck and they're projecting this onto you. That could be something to look at, a way to look at it. And the reason why they doing this is because maybe the love has become unrequited against a group of people. They trying to it's also about this it all ties to this whole program or plot that they've been doing and scheme. And being as though there's no change in whatever this plan that they had, right? When we talk about how the government's involved in what we have been talking about in the tarot community, and the situation isn't changing. So this is the way to get the collective. So this is attack on this. So they trying to. I feel like they're trying to trigger the collective to bring them outside or to put them in isolation because they're beginning to know their self worth. They're beginning to know their self worth, and being as though I guess they can't. They're trying to put y'all in this crossroads or make y'all feel stuck. But Spirit is saying y'all not. Y'all not stuck. Spirit wants y'all to release this system anyway because this is a system that wasn't even built for you. You know, that could be my opinion. And it has nothing to do with them. This system was created for you guys to be stuck. You feel me? It wasn't for you. I understand the fear of if we don't get out there and vote, there's not going to be no change. But you guys came out by the masses and the boatload, and you see what happened. But you see what's happening also in the midst of them doing what I have mentioned before, and I'm not going to repeat it because if you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about. So, as they think they was getting over on the collective, things are starting to unravel behind the scenes, which they're hiding from you. You just have to have faith the size of a mustard seed, okay? But Spirit says release this fear or this entrapment, because it has nothing to do with the divine. It has nothing to do with the system that created this one, meaning the whole world, the whole globe. See, these people are trying to convince you of the power that they have, but everybody's forgetting about the power that be, the powers that created you and me and everything that we see. Right? Everything we see was before each one of these individuals got here, that's trying to impose or inflict this fear. As we had already said, that you have to be careful what you're watching, because if you guys are manifesting and you know about manifesting, it's only one to get in fear of what you're manifesting is this change that they're trying to delay and they're trying to stop. And I believe whatever's coming, they can't stop it. So Spirit's saying you're not stuck. And they want y'all to be in a grateful energy. Put yourselves in gratitude energy. Anytime this situation comes to you like this, you just go to being grateful. Grateful for whatever it is you have, whatever's going on in your life on a positive, and the lessons and the negatives that you have learned from. Stay in that gratitude energy at all times. Even when you get out of it, get yourself back in it. Because it's just to stop you from whatever is supposed to be coming towards you, and you being in this vibrational energy of speaking these affirmations over yourself. And when you, a side note also, when you get into this point where you get worried, when you get scared, you find you some affirmations and you get to them. You drive in your car, and sometimes it ain't gonna work right away. You got to reaffirm yourself, because the world ain't going to reaffirm you if you're not reaffirming yourself. And when you reaffirming yourself, you're going to manifest more affirmations to come towards you at spontaneous moments. You are your producer of your world. You want toxic, you're going to get toxic. You want peace, you're going to get peace. Stop letting people project what they want for you in your life, so that you can stop living by somebody else's means. You know what I mean? If they every time they tell us panic, we panic. We got to stop that. That's the power they've had for so long. You have to take your power back from them, just as you have to take it back from particular people in your lives that don't serve your highest good. And they are not serving your highest good. And to the melanated community, this has been happening to you for how long now? You should be ready to see what's happening. You should be able to read between the lines. It's to put fear into your hearts. It's for you to react. There's been people on you, or there's been people online already telling you, don't get out there. Sit this one out. If they gonna do it, they gonna pay for it. They're paying for it now. You have to trust. You have to learn how to trust in the divine. And like I told you, find your father's true name. So when you call on him, that protection comes in for you. If you calling on who they told you to call in, you not protected, because you still in the program. You going to react to what they is trying to get you to react to. So when it comes to this plan, Spirit says you need to get in a connection with Source. You need to reconnect with Source. You have to find your truth, who you are as a group, as a person, as an individual. You can no longer let these people tell you who you are. You have to find out. You have to get to the roots of your family tree. And you're going to have to pull up some of them dead weeds and them roots that was implemented into your family. Is the reason why you have been, and we have been, in this predicament for so long, because they got to our roots first, which then poured down to us with things that was taught for us to stay stuck, to be in lack, to feel like there's never going to change, there's not going to be any change. That's why there was no change, because we was taught that even in school. You have to connect. They don't want y'all to connect with Source. They don't want y'all to connect with your higher selves. They don't want y'all to bring in that power that you guys have been disconnected from for so long. The power of your minds. Why are you laughing? The power of your minds. They don't want you guys to know your self-worth. They don't want y'all to know literally how much you are worth. Spirit says release this. Release this fear of you not being included in a system that is not yours. And if we're going back to when the land, if it goes back to the birthright, you supposed to have priority in the decision in the first place. Because there's already a contract signed where you guys have birthright citizenship. So that means you should have rules. You are automatically included when it comes to decision making in the laws. You are not supposed to be excluded from the voting system when it's already written in the contract. Not only does this form a right for a lawsuit, you are also probably liable. I don't know about get paid, but they would have to dig even deeper into the system. So if you guys was to start suing or go to get you guys some lawyers and they start digging around in that birthright citizenship, you would probably expose a lot more than just you having a right to vote. You also have the right to go against any of these laws that were made because you was not there when the law was made. That would throw any law out of the system that they have made when it comes to excluding you from the situation. They had to include you. You was already written in contract. So when it comes to these men, these men with this money, talking about they rejecting you and your children, they don't even have the power to really do that. Or rejecting you, saying you don't have power, or taking this power from you. When it comes to these men and this money, it's going to be a missed opportunity for them. Because, they think they got the Caucasian community on lock. They think they still silly, blind, and dumb. But that's who's going to step up because they the ones who made this decision on a low vibrational thought. They have to change their perspective. And the way the Spirit is going to have these people change this perspective is that these men that's sitting here holding on to their money, this money, is going to start causing them to lose money. So when the Caucasian people think this is going in their behalf, they're going to lose. Because of these men that they put in power, that they know ain't no damn good. So they got to get smarter. Because see, that's why they kept us divided for so long. That's why they kept us, gnawing at each other, hating at each other. They go to court, they kill a black man, a black female, they get off free. They just kept the war going. But now, these men with this money that's coming up with this decision thinking that they excluding us when really they're going to wind up hurting this community that they think is going to save them, who this community is going to wake up on them without them knowing, and they're going to make better decisions. So the community that they're relying on to keep them on power will wake up and shock the hell out of them. I don't know when, but watch. The Caucasian community is going to shock the hell out of these people. They think they still dumb and they still think they sleep. They not asleep. They waking up. They not out here, all protesting and all that. Some of the white people are being very smart. They listen to what you gotta say. They may not react on what you're saying. They'll go look up what you're saying. And when they see what you're saying, they get to thinking. They get to talking to their family. The family get to moving the money around. They move in silence. They have been. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's a good thing, but they have been. This time, they going to listen to what they got to say. And their pockets is going to prove what they saying is right or wrong. See, they need the Caucasian community to be stupid. But the funny part is, they waking up. They just not all loud and crazy about it. You know what I mean? They observing like we are. They recognizing some stuff. So that's a side note. But anyway, so when it comes to them thinking they're gonna exclude you, this is the mess they made. So this is the mess they gotta clean up. They make the wrong choice, it's gonna affect them. They can't blame nobody else. Every time they try to exclude us, what happens? What happens? That's why they didn't need y'all connected to your father and your divine mother. Because when they try to exclude you, every time your father come through. Every time. But now that y'all are trying to shift your perspective, the bang is a little bigger. And maybe it's getting bigger with time. To where they finally understand. Somebody told us a bunch of lies. They're learning. They're learning from good power and bad power. Negative energy, positive energy. Positive energy begets positive energy. Negative energy begets negative energy. Not all of them is jumping on board, but those are the ones who gonna suffer. They're losing their abundance. They're discovering that they're losing more than they're gaining. They're supporting these people. It may be confirmation. So y'all might not be able to hear me through that, but they're losing. So, like I said, yeah, they're losing. Caucasian people is losing more than they're gaining. They can no longer continue to bring in this energy. And I think they think the reason why they want them to continue to use them to keep them in power. Because, like Trump told them, if you want to win an election, go Republican because they're stupid. But I don't think they're stupid anymore, y'all. I just think that I feel like the divine is doing what they said they was going to do, they supposed to do. And I feel like the Caucasian community is seeing it. They going to shock them. I don't know when. But they going to shock these people. They got to make this right. Because they made it wrong. They seeing through the illusion. They will do more investigation when it comes to who they vote for. Matter of fact, they're going to speak on who we vote for, who we should vote for. So you're going to be seeing a lot of them on social media platforms telling us about the candidates. They do that now, but I think they're going to be a little more accurate or punctual with it because they know how the shift is happening. They know the tide is changing. They understand. They're not stupid. They're not asleep. They depended on these Caucasian people to be asleep. There's some of them that's going to be asleep with them. That's into this, what they're doing. But the ones that ain't, they going to shock the hell out of them. They observing right now. They not stupid. They just been asleep like we have. They going to get better at the decision making, and and everybody else gonna benefit from it. But I think the reason why this is leading to them because it was their decision that got us here, and our own people too, and it's affecting them as well. The people who supported this, that looks like us, that's melanated as well, this it's affecting them. It's affecting everybody, but they're gonna realize that in order for them to everybody to come out equally on top in whatever situation they're in, you can't invite these type of people to the party. These type of people that they have put in power is not invited to the cookout. There's neither. They are going through situations in their homes and their family. This situation caused people families. They may be speaking now, but it did cause a rift in the family. They feel bad when it comes to their families. They even feel bad for the decision because they see how it affected their family. Their decision trickled back down to their homes and their family and people like us, melanated too. They may try to put in another Republican, but they're going to be a little wiser. Maybe. But I don't think after this point, when it came time for them screaming, let this person go, fire them, and they didn't do nothing, they know that they can't trust their own either. It's like, stop putting so much power in these people's hands to believe that they going to save us. You have to go back to your father, your divine father and your divine mother, period. That's why the divine father and the divine mother in the universe let this happen, because we have been doing this for centuries. We have been doing this for lifetime. That's how we got here, because we took the power. They took the power from the father and then disconnected us from the true source, gave us this fictional one. And that's why they remain in power so long. But now that y'all see y'all calling out y'all true father's name, you seeing things shake a little bit. Y'all seeing him by his real name. Shout out to Dame Dash. If you don't mind me saying his name. I seen him in the interview. He know his father's name. I was like, yes, somebody knows. Calling your real father, bro. You're going to see the change you want to see. Stop calling on this man. You'll see that change, bro. Your father been waiting for you. Your father been waiting for y'all to reconnect with him. Call him by his true name. And he will show you some stuff in your life and what's happening around you. I'm telling you, you're going to see so much clearer. The illusions will fall by the wayside. And yes, they've been holding this, doing what they've been doing to my platforms just so I would give up, but so I wouldn't be seen as a leader. And it's so much deeper than that. But if you're a tarot card reader, you already know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what it's about. We don't say what's going on because we got our own little thing going on. To the high priestesses, to the real high priestesses, they know what time it is. We ain't gotta. What is it? You don't gotta explain what's already heard or known, something like that. But all right. But back to what I was saying. Like I said, you already know, but they didn't want me to take this leadership position. But anyway. But I'm gonna stop there because first of all, my phone storage it was full, but they didn't want me to step up into this position, and that's why they've been doing all this. That's why they didn't want me to But when it comes to them attacking for me to give up on this position or this passion, that's ending. It will end. This will be laid to rest. They just don't see it coming. So, or I don't see it coming. But these Caucasian people, if they don't cheat and try to rig it, they're gonna be surprised. In a way that they're gonna have to, white people is gonna have to, once they're gonna have to get smart. They're gonna have to get smart with their investments. They're gonna have to learn how to. The thing is, they have invested a lot of money. A lot of people have invested into these people, these companies, these people, these lobbyists, and they may have a fear of their 401ks and their insurance. I mean, their 401ks and all that stuff, and moving the money around. And they're going to have to find something else to do because these people are desperate to keep their position. So if they're desperate to keep their position, that means they are willing to be unethical movements in order for things to go in their favor, which is happening. So if they already at war, competing, at war with the divine, and their investments aren't looking stable, that means these people, when it comes to this manipulation, if they try to rig this election and they try to exclude the melanated community and they call on the Caucasian people to vote, and a lot of these voters that's investing in these companies and things like that is going to get hit. They're going to get hit with like crazy weird lawsuits, like sick. There's going to be contamination in the food. They're going to lose money like that. Somebody gonna get hurt saying something wrong behind the scenes. They're gonna get hit like that. There's gonna be the way they get hit in their pocket is by the community walking away from them due to them being exposed by whatever it is that they was hiding. Somebody could get exposed for some true pictures, or somebody gonna be found out that they was investing into child pornography. That don't mean that that's happening, but that's an type of example how they can get hit when it comes to them trying to manipulate the connect collective to vote in their favor. But if it doesn't go in their favor, then they go do something manipulative or calculated that's going to backfire so bad that their secrets get exposed. You know what I mean? And then y'all stop supporting them. Then you got to take your money out of the investment because all y'all gonna come together and remove y'all money from investing in these people. So it's no way they want y'all to think that y'all don't have no power, but it is. Because as soon as y'all stop moving y'all money out of them stocks and 401ks, it's a wrap. That's how they gonna get hit. And they think that they doing something now by excluding the melanated community. But again, every time they excluded us, they got hit in the pockets. So Spirit said, just go ahead and let them have their way because it's not a part of them. But the justice that is going to come from this is of them. If y'all understand what I'm saying. Stop crying over their system. Because their system ain't even their system. And they don't have that power that they think they want y'all to have. They have the power to govern the land. It's not to abuse it or manipulate it. But since they can't do that, whoever created it is about to demote them. May not be everybody, but the ones that's been out here being wicked, stealing from the collective, having the collective go up against each other. They gonna feel what you going through. Because spirit knows all their dirty little secrets. And they don't know who and what was watching who, when, where, and how. Just like spirit took their time to reveal your gift that you didn't know you had, it's the same way spirit could take their time to reveal the truth. Right? They gave you everything you had. And some of the things you didn't even know you had. So for them to think that they getting over on you, it's preposterous. They're not gonna get over on you if you in the right, if you in your right element, if you in your right vibration, if you're in the right frequency. They're not gonna get over on you. They only getting over on the ones that's vibing like them. That's what y'all need to see. That's what y'all need to come to terms with. Every time they told y'all Africa was over there dying from Ebola. Africa might have had some situations, but they wasn't over there dying from Ebola. I mean, there was some, but they made it a little more worse than what it was. Africa, which could be America. Africa is thriving right now as we speak. You know, they have poverty countries, cities, towns like we do, but they are thriving. Everybody you ever seen these people put on the news was doing and going through all this hell came through. Korea, China, one of them had coronavirus. They was the ones who started it. They are thriving. I think America is having some issues that they're not telling y'all about. That they come out here and blatantly try to tell you that they don't want blacks to vote or trying to exclude you from the vote. But when you get technical about it, you don't have to vote because they own your anyway. Your vote, you have the right to tell them that they all fired, but you don't know that. That's why they're trying to say that they're taking your power away. Your power is not in their hands. Your power is in the man's and the woman's and all the people that created this. That's what they've been hiding from y'all all this time, all these years. Y'all been calling on them, calling y'all been calling them y'all God. That's who Jesus is, right? You've been calling Jesus your God. So when your God speaks and say this is happening, you go to panic. But when you go to your real Father, he sit there and put the peace on you. You're going to be worrying and stressing about it because you know things is going to happen whether you like it or not. And they're going to work out in your favor. Most times you know something like that because you deal with your real Father. When you deal with your real Father, you don't listen to these people. They need y'all energy. And the problem is they're not getting in some of y'all head, but they're able to get in some of y'all head because you either vibing like them or you haven't connected with you do not know thyself. So whatever tactics they're using at this time them hurting us is going to hurt them. And the same Caucasian people they thinking they still stupid gonna shock the hell out of them. I don't know when, but I sure hope it's soon. Anyway, I'm done, and I hope you guys have a beautiful one.